sports carnivals out in bush communities have probably caused some issues around school attendance. Quite often they drag past the weekend and into the week. So it's not only the kids in the community where the carnival's being held that might not end up going to school. All the kids from the visiting communities will stay on to watch their teams progress through the finals, through to maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So obviously there's kids from a number of communities that weren't getting back to school.
So I work with the schools as a one-off thing, and I also work with the people running the carnivals to try and improve the carnivals, but I also work with incentives to get the kids back into school, because quite often, even if the carnival finishes, people might not go straight back to school because they've been distracted by a carnival the weekend before and all those sorts of things. So we provide a lot of things to get them back into the school grounds and into classrooms and that kind of stuff.
Sports carnivals right throughout the remote communities are really a big and important part of the culture. There's a lot of marriages that happen at these carnivals. It's also a good time for the families to catch up, and obviously the football is the main and the important ingredient of that. Education's really important. As football is out here, without the education, football's not going to get the young ones anywhere. So we really need them to make sure that they do return to school at the first opportunity, which is Tuesday after this carnival, and continue that right throughout till the end of the year. The return to school is really important. Obviously the education of the remote kids is paramount.
So we get sport and you get community, and you put those two things together and it becomes more than sport, and you get a lot of opportunity to get some great social outcomes.
Education is pretty important. It's for their future. Young people, it's really hard to find work in communities. They might be able to get jobs in Alice Springs, where it's more a bigger place, or a better job, instead of being on working for the doll program, or one day they might be able to run the corporation.
It's amazing how much sport can also be a really big key to keeping kids engaged in a positive way in their education.
Things like these carnivals and things happening in schools, programs happening in schools where you're going talking to the kids about making better choices in life. And I think those better choices is schooling. If you can get a kid to get to school, that's the first better choice in their life. The main better choice in their life is getting to school. All right, so if you can get through the kids and they go back and tell their parents that education is the way, that's the big start in every community.
What I'm trying to create is, I want them to know about their own identity, who they are, so they can be stronger.
I can see how football has such a big impact in these communities, and there's an obvious link between the two.
The only way to get ahead in life and the society we live in is through better education. If you haven't got a good education, your opportunities to move forward in life are strictly limited.
People are starting to really get the message that school is important every day, and that you've got to go every day to get a good education.